Welcome to the ONS podcast with your host, Linnea Jacobson.
Afternoon, St. Paul is the ONS podcast brought to you by our partners at Face to Face Academy. For those who are tuning in for the first time, ONS stands for Office of Neighborhood Safety, and we are a division of the City Attorney's Office. We work with our public safety partners, SPFD and SPPD, on alternative public safety measures. This podcast was created for departments like ours and community organizations to connect you to alternative public safety measures, programs, and your local growth and healing opportunities. Today, we have guest Andree Reid, ladies and gentlemen. Andree is the CEO and co-founder of A King's Formula. A King's Formula is a boxing and personal development program focused on building discipline, confidence, and life skills in youth through the art of boxing and mentorship. With years of experience as both a competitive boxer and coach, Andree has worked to create a safe and structured space where young people can channel their energy into something positive while learning valuable lessons about perseverance, respect, and self-worth. Andree, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Take 30 seconds and tell us about yourself.
About myself?
About yourself. Like, where you from? What kind of neighborhood did you grow up in?
I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. Moved to St. Paul on the east side specifically, right in this area. Lived in the Roosevelt townhomes off of Maryland all my life, pretty much. I moved to Dallas, Texas for college. Got my bachelor's in business there.
I'm going to go into some icebreaker questions, and then we're going to talk more about your organization and your business and how you're helping youth. So, Andree, does the family look forward to Taco Tuesday or Friday night pizza?
Oh, man. It depends. Me and my wife, Taco Tuesday. The kids, pizza.
Right. You guys do the margaritas and stuff, too?
It depends. My wife likes the margaritas, though.
Yeah. It depends on who's asleep and who's still awake, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Next question. We love the nostalgia, Walt Disney World, or I've got a bunch of Daredevils and Marvel freaks in my house. We're going Universal Studios.
Disney World. I never really watched Marvel.
Yeah,
and my kids
didn't?
No, I don't know.
What?
I would say that I know, like, and I don't even know what areas, like, where does Batman lay? I'm not sure. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah,
Transformers.
He's DC. He's DC.
See, I don't know.
Yeah.
My kids love Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
So I'm with the Mickey Mouse crew.
Okay, the nostalgia. Okay. Let's pack up the car. We're going to the families for a holiday dinner, or everybody start cleaning. We're hosting this year, and praise God, I don't have to go nowhere.
Both, but I'm going to go with at home. I love cooking out. I love doing the barbecue. I love having everybody over my house. So everybody come over here.
Me too. I feel like at this point in life, I just want to be at home.
Yeah.
And if you want to join me, you know where to find me, because It's like getting in a car and driving from house to house. That's played out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you started off telling us about A King's Formula, but first let's back up. Why did you choose the name?
So I chose the name. It's a long story. I'm make it short. While I was in college, I thought I had a son at that time. And so I was trying to make myself change. And I was like, I want to build a brand, and I don't know what to name it. And I felt like I had so many jack of all trades, and I don't know what to. So I was like, all right, for me, I feel like my formula of success is just so many different things. And I don't want to make it so like little and make everybody like, hey, if you want to be successful, you have to be a boxer. So it's like, no, like your own king or queen's formula is what makes you successful. So it can be very broad. You know, I know some people who do boxing and they don't box like to be an athlete, but it helps them mentally. Then they go off to work a corporate job, and then they go home and be a father or a mother, and that's their formula to success for them, right? That's their like king's formula. And so for me, I just took it as that's a king's formula, your formula to help you know that you're a king or a queen, whatever your formula is, but stick to your formula. And so that's kind of what made me make that name.
I like that, because there's no cookie cutter path, right? Everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different way that gets them from A to B mentally and physically. So I like that. Where are you guys centrally located?
Right here on the east side.
Okay.
Yep, right here, St. Paul, right off of Maryland, the Roosevelt townhomes right there.
And tell me about how long ago it was when you got started with this.
I started this 2018. I graduated high school 2014, went to college, dropped out, went back to college in Texas 2016. By the time 2018, I was kind of on the end of leaving college, and I was like, all right, I know what I want to do. I want to build my own brand. And that's when I first started off. I was gaining a lot of knowledge from the boxing world in Texas, and I was actually training kids out there. I went to a historically black college, and one of the big things they wanted us to do as well was go into the community. So I was in Dallas in their community helping kids out at first, and that's where I wouldn't say I found my passion, because I worked for the community in St. Paul as well. I worked for a program called YJC when I was younger.
Okay.
So just knowing that, like, that's my path, is working with the kids. And but just being in Dallas, a whole different city, town, location, and seeing that it was still like shining my light, I just knew, like, okay, I'm doing this everywhere I go. This is what I want to do. So yeah, like 2018, Dallas, Texas.
So your passion is for the youth.
It's for the youth. And I mean, honestly, it's for the youth, but it's for anybody that, because it doesn't matter the age, but anybody that's kind of not sure where their light is at, anybody that just kind of need that extra push to be more confident in themselves. Because a lot of times that's the problem. We have our own issues in life. It makes us feel like we're little, and then you go and find a drug, or you go and find some other addiction to kind of go away from your thoughts, when it's like we need more people around us to push us, motivate us. It's okay to fall, but just keep getting back up and be confident and be blessed and be rewarded for the things that you are doing. And I just always seen that in my community, whenever there was like that bad kid, or that kid that you can see straying away, they just not getting that positive push from somebody. Yeah. They're always getting yelled at, and sometimes kids want any attention. So if all they're getting is yelled at, then they're going to keep being bad because you're giving them attention. So sometimes it's like just steering it away, push them to do better, and then give them that good confidence and that good reward for doing good, and let them know what that feels like, so that they can stop wanting to be bad. You know, I fell in love with the boxing, came back here, and at first just kind of was doing it for my own right to turn pro, to make money. Recently, my father passed away from drugs overdose over here on the east side in St. Paul. And just seeing that my community, how big the drug is into our community, and I can't say I know the reasoning, but from my experience, it's usually a lot of like self-discipline and lost in the world and needing therapy. And so just combining boxing with that mentorship of just being from the community, and the kids and the people in my community trust me, it just helped me and helped them kind of build themselves mentally to be more stronger, and hopefully stray away from drugs and find more things they can build into. And so that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
That's awesome. And I'm sorry for your loss. So just a little quick smidget. I know, like, my kid, he works for St. Paul Parks and Rec, and he also works for the school system as well. That's his like day job, and then he goes to the rec after work. And one of the things that he loves about his job is working with the kids and being a positive role model. And one of the things that he gets that from is me and Anton, my silent partner, we were just talking about, like, growing up, he didn't have that. He didn't have that mentorship, and he didn't have that kind of relationship with his father. So he just finds joy in being who he wished he had to the youth. And so I want to go back. Can you give us just a little bit about your upbringing? Because I'm wondering if your upbringing plays into a part of you being so passionate about wanting to be a mentor to youth.
Yeah, just like your son. I grew up in a weird situation. My mom and pops both being from Chicago, both having their own trials and tribulations, and them splitting. My dad was always in and out of my life, but it was hard for him because of his drug addiction. But whenever he would always give me like that love and that attention. And on my mom's side, which is the person that I actually lived with and grew up with, she kind of pushed me away because I'm a spitting image of my dad. And her own mental disorders made it hard for her to show love and affection to me. So my whole life, I've never really gotten it. But I was blessed because I was always strong-minded. So when I go off to school, I will always have those people that wanted to mentor me, that always see that I was doing good. I am thankful for God. I never was like a kid that went off and be bad because of my situation. I just went off and kind of tucked my head down and was doing good. But God always put somebody around that would see my light, and they would pour into me. And just growing up, I knew like that felt so good. And for me to kind of slowly do that to others, I fell in love with it.
Thank you for being so vulnerable. I'm old, so I cry a lot. So if you see me over here misting, it's because your story is just so beautiful. Tell our audience about how your organization works for the wellness of the mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, so it's actually a two-piece. The first part is the boxing, but it's not just boxing, right? It's all physical. So strength and conditioning, working out, but it's really just getting the kids out, teaching them boxing and having fun. One thing that I feel like God has gifted me with is knowing how to connect with kids. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily me trying to teach them the right exact way to box all the time. Sometimes it's just having fun, letting them learn something new little at a time. And then a lot of the time it's us talking through a lot of things. I'm usually, while training them, putting affirmations into them, letting them know, this is just like life. It's going to be hard. You got to push through. Yeah. If I got kids doing push-ups and they fail, it's okay. Life is like this. You're going to fail and it's going to be hard. Breathe, do it again. Yes. Give me the best you got. It's not about being perfect. And so those things, and to watch it transition into anything else in life, and them wanting to come back to me and telling me about other things they're doing in life. Like, hey, Andree, I did good in school today. And I did it's like, okay, bet, so now we're having different conversations. It's not just about boxing. Mm-hmm. We might have gloves and mitts on, but now we're really talking about real life. And then I try to put every jack of trade that I got in me. Just for an example, now I'm in construction class / working. Mm-hmm. So I teach the kids that sometimes we can build little boxing shelves and build whatever. It's just like giving kids more options to do something else and talk and community. And so, that's kind of how we do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. How does your organization play a role in creating safe spaces for youth to congregate?
Yeah, just kind of like I said in a sense though, but having that, I have a lot of kids who at first the parents come to me because they want their kids to, kids are being bullied at school or kids don't really have friends. And so I have them come do one-on-one, let them see that like I'm a comfortable person to be around and to be with first, then slowly build them into my group classes where there's more, 5, 6 kids. Mm-hmm. And then kind of having them do icebreaker stuff, having them work together. Making myself be the vulnerable person. So before they all mess up, I mess up on purpose in front of them. I may fall so we can all laugh. Yeah. Like I'm cool being the person they can all laugh at together, because once they start laughing together, now they start talking together and now they're friends and now they feel safe to be around each other. Mm-hmm. Even if they don't know each other, they're not even from the same world, but now they're connected and now they feel safe. Now they can talk, and then you look up and they're giving each other vulnerable moments. And so it's just that very safe space to talk and to have therapy with each other.
I love that. What are your goals for the people in St. Paul, or for your youth in St. Paul that you're serving?
To find their own formula. Yes. I mean, it's that simple. I don't have nothing that I want them to do other than find their light and run to it, and run away from the drugs. I mean, we're all from the east side or living on the east side. I know we all hear and know about the drugs that's going on around right now. And it's sad because I have so many friends that have passed away because of these drugs. Yeah. And this is like, I don't want to see the next generation going through that soup. Yeah. So just really having them find their light. The more you can find your light, the more you get away from those addictions. I was
once I reached out to you and asked you to be on the podcast, I had to spy on you, right? And so when I typed your name into Google, did you know, well, maybe you probably do know, but you come up as one of the most 10 positive life coaches in St. Paul. Wow, I did not know that. Did you know that? I did not. Okay, you're going to have to Google yourself. If people want to get a hold of you or want to come out so that you could coach them and have their kids participate, how can they get a hold of you? Social media. My name on there is Andree Reid. I got 2 E's, so AndreeReid. If you look that up, it's only about 3 of us. It's not too many Andree Reids with that name. On Facebook, same name. Instagram, anywhere. However you can get a hold of me, 612-916-6850. My number is literally only my immediate family, and whoever else calls usually trying to find a way to find their own light. So I always answer my phone to whoever. There you have it, you guys. A king's formula. The city of St. Paul is working hard to rehabilitate, intervene, and provide safer neighborhoods. If you'd like to learn more about Community First Public Safety and the Office of Neighborhood Safety, please visit us at stpaul.gov/ONS. If you want to learn how to get a hold of Andree, you can just rewind and you can get his phone number and visit him on social media. Facebook is where I found them. Well, not initially, but Facebook is where I found them. Thank you for coming, Andree.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity.